What's up, this your boy Super Mario 1990 with some good news for the PS4. I was bummed out about Spider-Man Miles Morales not being available for PS4. They talked about it ever since the first showing of the PS5. When they were showing the games and when they showed at the very end what the box looked like and everything like that. They had revealed Spider-Man Miles Morales for the first time during then, and I was happy. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool. And I assumed that it was gonna be PS4 and 5. At the time, it was just PS5, and that was it. They were like, if you want to play this, you got to upgrade to the, to the best new system. So they were like, it was only really meant for PS5 hardware and all the capabilities and all the new things that they're doing with that system. Now, with that being said, just yesterday they showed the first gameplay trailer for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, in that showcase, they didn't say it, but after the showcase, there was like outlets and things like that. PS Blog, the PlayStation Blog actually said it too, that they are actually making it available for the PS4. So now Sony changed their tune. So now you have Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Sackboy Adventure game, and then Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. 3 of those games were supposed to be PS5 exclusive. Now they're going to be for the PS4 and the PS5. At this time, I don't know if other PS5 exclusive games are doing that. They just mentioned those 3, so I don't know if down the line if they might change their tune on a few other games. But the cool thing about it is that at least with Spider-Man Miles Morales, maybe the other 2 I'm assuming is the same thing, but you can get them on PS4, right? And then if you have that disc version, or if let's say you do digital, if you got the digital version of the game, you got the digital system, whenever you get it, you get to upgrade for free. So you don't actually have to buy the game again to get the PS5 version. You just have the PS4 version, and then that PS4 version, if you brought the disc and you put it in the PS5 disc drive, the PS4 copy, it'll actually be the PS5 game. It won't just be like backward compatible where it's like, oh, it's the PS4 game, but they just upscale it. They actually give you the actual PS5 version, even though it's a PS4 disc. So you get the free upgrade, which is real cool. So you don't have to double dip. So that's nice. So I'm like, okay, that's good for people like me who know we're not going to get the PS5 day one. We going to wait on it to whenever, whenever it's looking up, or if you just want like to see all the kinks worked out, or if you want them to have a bigger library, you're just not ready yet. You got a lot of PS4 games you still got to play and all that. So whatever your situation may be, or you just ain't got the money right now, or a combination of all of that, So it's like you could actually just have, at least for those 3 games, if you were really looking forward to them. For me, it was Spider-Man. I was really looking forward to that one, Miles Morales. I'm like, man, I gotta wait till I get a PS5. Now it's like, nope, you just have no PS4, and then you can upgrade it whenever you get the PS5, and you'll be good. So that's really nice. So I know it was those 3 games I just mentioned. I don't know if they're gonna be doing it down the line, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. I would assume probably they're not going to do that much because they want people to, turn over and get to the new system. They want people to transition. So I don't think they're gonna do that too much. I did hear someone assume that the PS4 is going to be supported for the next 4 years, even with the next gen coming up. So that's cool to know that they're, well, at least that's speculation at this point. But it's cool to know that they could potentially be still supporting, the older system. And I mean, last gen support has always been something. It just, you're always kind of scared when because it's new territory and everything's improving and upgrading, and things are just like getting better at a faster rate. So you still kind of never know. You still need reassurance, like, is it still going to be supported? Like, if you're not too quick to move on, is it still going to be supported for enough time to when I am ready to move on or whatever? It seems that they're still giving you a pretty good chunk of time if you want to stay back with your old generation and just, kick back with that and not have to move on just yet if you're not ready, or, whatever the case may be. But I'm really excited. So now I actually get to play day one with everybody else, Spider-Man Miles Morales. So that's going to be really, really cool. I don't know how scaled down it's going to be on PS4 as opposed to PS5, because the claim was, at the time, why it wasn't on PS4 was because it was made using all the capabilities and utilizing every single thing that PS5 just hyped up. So it's like, at the time they made it sound like the game couldn't be made for PS4, but obviously that's not the case if you got it for PS4 now. So I don't know what compromises have been made, but games on here look pretty amazing. So I mean, I'm pretty sure, at least when I get my hands on it and play it, and then up until I get a PS5, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to notice much of a difference. I don't think it's going to be that bad to where it's like, man, I don't even want to play this no more. Because the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man game from 2018, that was amazing. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to at least match that. If it matches that, I'm good. I'm more than good. That was one of my favorite games, period. The first Spider-Man game that came out. So with this standalone that is focusing on Miles Morales' character, I mean, it should be on par at least. So, you know, I think it'll be pretty good. And yeah, so it's that Horizon Zero Dawn and Sackboy. I really just didn't care about the other two titles, like you know, Sackboy, the Little Big Planet. I ain't with that. It's just, I don't know. It's a little childish for me. Like, I mean, I ain't played platformers since the 90s, so when I grew up. So, and that was like the Nintendo stuff, you know, the classic stuff. So I'm really not into platformers unless I'm going back to one of those retro games. So that's really just not for me. Horizon Zero Dawn, I actually did play earlier this year. I had a PS Now, one of those, you know, I had those free subscriptions for like a week or whatever. I took advantage of that, and at that time, that was added to the library at the time. Horizon Zero Dawn, the very first game that they had. So I was like, okay, people like this game so much. I remember seeing the trailer and I wasn't really caring about it. I wasn't really too impressed. But I played it for like about an hour and I was like, oh, it's actually not bad. It's kind of decent. The graphics were beautiful and everything. It was just like the story and the concept and all that. I just really couldn't get behind it too much. It's not my kind of genre, not my kind of thing, not my cup of tea. So, I mean, I'm really not into chasing that sequel or trying to like get the whole series. Like, well, you know, they got the second one coming, so let's get the first one and then second one try to play. Like, I'm not into it all like that to be wanting to do that and experiment with it. So I'm cool on that. It's Spider-Man for me, and that's what's up. So this is really good for people, like I said, who you're just gonna stick to current gen. You're not ready for to move on just yet. You know, whatever constraints you may have, or maybe you're just not ready yet. It's just strategy for you, maybe. But whatever the case is, you can actually enjoy Spider-Man. You can enjoy the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, or you can enjoy Sackboy without having to get a PS5 right away. You can still have it on PS4. So that's what's good. Let me know if y'all happy about this. There were some people who don't like it because, I guess because at first what was said, it was only made for PS5, those 3 games exclusively, because they could not be, you know, scaled back down. So now people are kind of looking like, okay, well now how good are these games really then? If you made a PS4 version, what did you compromise in the PS5 version? I mean, I don't know. I think they had their PS5 stuff on par with what they promised and what they delivered, and they just made a separate version. I don't think any compromises had to be made for the PS5 version. I think people will be good with that. You get the fast load times, those cool graphics that we were seeing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that when you actually get your hand on the game and play it. So I mean, I don't think there's anything to worry about with that. I'm just wanting to know how different it's gonna look on PS4 versus PS5. But like I said, PS4 has been looking really good. So I'm pretty sure it's really not that noticeable. I'm pretty sure. You just gotta actually have a PS5 with you, and then, cause it's kind of funny, like that's how it was with PS3 and PS4. I'd be like, man, that PS3 stuff look good. Then you get your hands on the PS4, you be like, oh man, and then you go back and you're like, oh yeah, okay, never mind. I do see some differences. It's not just with launch stuff from PS3 versus, cause that's a big old like half a decade gap. You're gonna obviously see a difference between that. But it's like later on in the cycle when things get better and better and better, and then you're with the new launch system and then how they first have it, you actually do see some improvements when you actually play them side by side. It's like, oh, okay, I can see some differences. I can see some nuances. But I mean, PS4, it's so good. Like, it just looks so good, especially toward the last half of the generation. So it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more clarity. We're gonna have better lighting, ray tracing, and everything. So I already see the improvements, but it's like, if you're not ready to move on just yet, I still think you're good. Like, you're still good. It's like, nothing is looking bad on PS4, really. So it's like, it's just not looking as good as what PS5 would offer. So I don't think there's gonna be like a big conundrum as far as those three exclusives being scaled down because they chose to make them for PS4 all of a sudden instead of making them PS5 exclusive. I think it's still gonna be good. But yeah, I can't wait for it. I know my plan is to actually just get Miles Morales and Spider-Man for PS4 whenever it come out, and then I'll just have that and pop that into the PS5 whenever I'm ready. So I'll have a game ready in the collection, so that'll be cool. So yeah, but this your boy Super Mario 1990, just letting y'all know that. Let me know how y'all feel about that. If that's something y'all interested in. If you wait on the PS5 like me, you ain't gonna get it yet. Are you interested in one of those three titles, or all three of them, or none of them? Whatever. Are you hoping for more PS5 exclusives to have that? It's also for PS4 or whatever last gen console you got. But yeah, this your boy Super Mario 1990. I'm out. Peace in.